PDSA and the Quarterly Review Process, QPR. Welcome to PDSA and the Quarterly Review Process presentation. Today we will take a closer look at the PDSA cycle of improvement and how it is integrated into the FWISD action plan process. Be sure to print or save any of the attachments in Eduphoria for future reference. What is PDSA? It is a four-step process for carrying out change or the continuous improvement of processes or products. It is a never-ending cycle of learning and improvement developed by W. Edward Deming based on what he learned from his mentor, Walter Shewhart. Deming is considered by many in the continuous improvement field to be the father of modern quality control. The components of the PDSA cycle include plan, do, study, and act. This cycle can be applied to any recurring activity or everyday work process. Let's take a closer look at the steps in the PDSA cycle. The first step is plan. This is where an opportunity for change is recognized and the plan developed. The next step is do. This is where the plan is carried out, where the theory of improvement is put into action. After the plan is executed, the next step is study. Here, the plan data are reviewed and analyzed. Are there signs of success or unexpected outcomes? Are there opportunities for new lessons or problems to solve? Are new strategies needed? The last step is act. This is where action is taken based on what you learned in the study step. If change didn't work, then go through the cycle with a different plan. If the change did work, then determine what was learned and how it can be used to plan new improvements, beginning the cycle again. The PDSA cycle is integrated into the Fort Worth ISD action plan process. If you are leading an action plan within a department plan or campus, you should be familiar with the template used in the district. Let's review how PDSA is integrated into the template.
In Fort Worth ISD, the actions within the plan step of Plan, Do, Study, Act include conducting your needs assessment, identifying your district, department, and/or campus priorities, writing your theory of improvement, remember your if-then statement, aligning your priority with the Fort Worth ISD strategic plan, creating your SMART goal and identified lead measures, creating and listing your action plan steps, developing your action plan budget. In the Do step, your actions include execution of your plan by implementing your action plan steps, observation and collection of action plan data, specifically lead measure data, monitoring your action plan expenditures. Let's focus the remainder of our time on the study step. This step is a critical piece of your quarterly progress review. Study step actions include a review of leading measure data. Is your data showing that you are on target or even above target? If so, that's great. Keep on doing what you are doing. If you are below target, then it may be time to conduct a root cause analysis to get a better understanding of your issue. This is also time to review your strategies and make decisions about what changes are needed. Your level of engagement in these actions significantly impacts the quality of your quarterly progress review. What is the QPR? It is your conversation with your supervisor on the progress of your action plan. The progress review chart can also provide some guidance with regards to your study actions. This document is attached to the Eduphoria presentation. This document serves as a guide for breaking down the lead measure data and targets and determination of next quarter steps. Dependent on your results, you may be directed to follow the plan, review the plan, or conduct a root cause analysis. When do QPRs take place? The dates for QPR conversations are different for campuses and departments. The slide lists the 2015 and 2016 campus and department QPR windows. The campus QPRs are broken down into three clusters. The BOY, or beginning of year, MOY, or middle of the year, and of course the EOY, or end of year. Departments still follow 4 quarters.
The QPR conversation is a structured conversation that is broken down into 3 steps. The first step focuses on celebration. In other words, what is going well. Hopefully everyone has success they can share with their supervisor. The second step addresses identified opportunities for improvement, OFIs, and supporter resources. The last step addresses the areas for action. Keeping the steps in mind, let's now look at the QPR conversation talking points. As mentioned earlier, the QPR is a structured conversation led by your supervisor. Preparing for the questions on the slide will help the conversation progress smoothly and demonstrate the intentional use of the study step of PDSA with your plan. Taking time to review and answer these questions can significantly help in preparing you for your QPR. The questions can also be used with your action team as a strategy for engaging them in the study step, especially as it relates to assigned action steps. Let's take a look at these questions on the slide. Number 1. What results have occurred so far? Number 2. How do you know? Do your leading indicators demonstrate progress? Number 3. If evidence shows measurable progress or improvement, celebrate, capture the learnings, and consider what learning you can apply to other action areas. Number 4. If you're not seeing evidence of measurable progress or improvement, what obstacles did you encounter, or root causes did you identify, or changes are there to be made? Why do you believe these changes will bring a different result? What is your timeline for checking back to see if the changes are making a difference? As the QPR wraps up, the questions take on a different tone. The focus is now on identification of key actions for the next time frame. Let's take a closer look at these questions. What patterns do you see emerging from your planning and deployment process? What are you learning about addressing obstacles, improving plans, and seeing meaningful progress? What are your key points from the discussion? What are the focus areas for intentional action for next quarter? At the end of your QPR, there should be an understanding between you and your supervisor as to your next steps for the next quarter.
Once the QPR is completed, then it is time to implement your actions. Were there new strategies identified, or are you continuing on the same path? The step continues until the next quarter or campus time frame. Once the next QPR window arrives, actions will focus again on your results and planning your next steps. PDSA is an ongoing cycle of improvement integrated into all planning. Whether you are engaged in CEIP, department, or project planning, PDSA is an effective tool that can guide you.